It's time now for our Athlete of the Week here on Mid-Minnesota Sports, and it's presented by Diamond Point and Sauk Centre. And with us today is a three-sport athlete for Sauk Centre. This is Will Funk. Well, Will, let's start out. Tell us who's in your family, okay?
Well, I have two brothers and three sisters. All of them are graduated, so I'm the youngest one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my mom and dad, Fran and Elaine, and that's my family.
All right, because we have to connect the dots with all the Funks out there, right?
Yep, there's a few Funks here in Melrose and all over.
All right. You're in wrestling right now, and I'm always curious as to how you pick a winter sport, because just watching you athletically playing three sports, I'll bet you can play basketball. I don't know if you can skate that well to play hockey. How did you choose to be a wrestler?
Well, I started off wrestling in 2nd or 3rd grade. I also tried a little bit of basketball 5th and 6th grade. I was never much of a skater. I'm very poor at that, so I decided to stay out of hockey. So I just chose between basketball and wrestling.
What are the sports that you seem to like, or maybe I should say in football, you play baseball and now wrestling too. What are the different aspects of playing those sports that you like?
I don't know. It's just football and wrestling bring a lot of physicality out of me, and baseball is just something I'd like to do to relax. It's one of my favorite sports. But they all have different unique features to each one of them. You know, wrestling's a little bit more individual compared to baseball and or football for team-wise. But I don't know, they're all different in different ways. You know?
It seems to me, too, as I watch you play, that you are a good leader out there. I don't know how you see yourself in that way, and what do you think about that, and what do you try to do to be a good leader out there?
You know, just mainly being a leader, I just got to keep everyone in check, you know, supporting a lot of the young kids, especially in wrestling. They look up to me. So really what I want to do is just be a good influence and show them this is what you want to do to be successful. Otherwise, you know, just go out there and have fun with the guys.
And it seems to me there's different ways to be a leader. You can set by example, and you can also say something, because it seems to me, too, you're not afraid to say something, right?
No, I mean, some guys you need to push that way. You got to learn how far you can push a person, if it's whether by example or if you have to actually, you know, hey, this is what you got to do if you want to get better at it.
Let's break down your wrestling just a little bit, if you could. How would you describe your style out there? What kind of a wrestler are you?
I'm more of a grinder. It's just you got to work your opponent all the way to the 3rd period, and normally I'll be able to tire him out. And in conditions, sometimes I'll be able to keep going. Just work him to the 3rd period, you know, just slow him down, and that's where I can really excel in that 3rd period with riding on top and just maintain control the whole match.
How do you break down your opponent in the sense that are there certain guys or their styles that give you trouble, or you look forward to when you look at a tournament, say, for example, you see this guy coming up and you think, I can handle this guy? How do you look at that? Yeah,
you know, just facing kids before, you know, and looking around. Just watching some matches, see what they like to do. If they're a better person who is on the bottom rather than top, you know, then we'll just have to really work on a top position. But if they're really good takedown, you know, you have to be wary of when you're on your feet and stay on your toes the whole time.
Yeah, you know, through the course of time, too, you've been around for a while. Do you see a lot of the same guys that you compete against? Yeah,
I do. I see a lot of guys in the area that I know a lot of, that I wrestled quite a bit. I know a couple of guys I wrestled 4 or 5 times a year sometimes. It just happens to turn out that way at some tournaments.
And so if you do get beat by that guy, or I suppose even if you do win, how much do you analyze that and carry it to the next match then?
You know, I bring it into practice, whatever. If I see something that I need to do or the coaches point something out, I'll go out and practice that with my partner during practice. That's where you learn probably most of any sport, is just at practice.
As you train in the summer during the off season here, what do you do for training? And I imagine too you spend a lot of time playing baseball, right?
Yeah, just, you know, staying very active in baseball. That right away keeps you in shape. I did a lot of the weight room this year, this summer actually, and I think I put on some good muscle. But just staying active and playing in 3 leagues, 2 leagues, just keeping out there, and it also helps you get to know more people around the area.
I should point out, I guess we haven't mentioned that you are a junior, so you have your senior year next year, right?
Yep.
okay? And you play amateur baseball. Tell me about that and who you're with.
Oh, that's probably a lot of fun. It's just you're playing against older guys, and their skill levels are a little bit higher. So that's kind of fun to be taking another step forward into playing at a higher level of baseball. A lot of the guys I know over the last year, quite a few of them I'm related to, Chad and Darren. Hoppy I'm related to, so it's kind of fun playing with those guys.
Yeah, they keep you going, don't they?
They do.
You know, as you went to the state tournament last year for wrestling, do you set goals, and does that just motivate you to get back there again this year?
Absolutely. Goals are probably a great way to visualize what you want to go into a season and what you want to accomplish. Last year I did have a goal of going to state because I took third the previous year, so I was ready to make that next step. This year I have a goal of placing at the state tournament. Since now I got a taste of it, now I want to go a little bit further on into that. So I think this year I have a good chance. I got a good partner, wrestling partner, who can help me out this year. So I'm really excited to take that next step and go a little farther into state.
Do you then analyze, too, as to what weight you're going to go into once you get into the regional at the end of the season, and maybe, again, look at who the opponents are?
Yeah, you look around the guillotine and see, okay, these people are in my conference. This is how they're doing. So, yeah, you do keep a track of what they do. But you also just going out there and watching them wrestle is also big, too, to know.
I also wanted to point out, too, as you mentioned your mom and your dad, and you come from a very athletic family and all your relatives and everything like that, but they've had good support for you through the years, haven't they?
They have been. They try really hard to make every tournament, every meet. They've just been really helpful and supportive through some tough decisions I had to make, and it's really nice to know that they got my back.
I'll have to say, especially for wrestling compared to all the other sports, man, mom and dad put in bleacher time, don't they?
They do. That's tough. They get sore bottoms by the end of the day, but otherwise, no, they love it. Just love watching me go out there and do what I gotta do, and they love seeing me succeed.
Well, you know, it is just, I will have to say, when I watch you play, it's just fun watching you compete out there, and I think everybody kind of plays off that too, and it rubs off on people. Do you see yourself in that way too?
Yeah, you know, I mean, if leading by example is the best way to encourage a team, you know, get them a little bit more motivated. So, I don't know, it's just, you go out there and wrestle hard, and hopefully people around you will take into that and wrestle hard with you.
All right. Well, good luck. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Hope you make it down there. All right. That is Will Funk. He is our Athlete of the Week here on Mid-Minnesota Sports, and it's been presented by Diamond Point in Sauk Centre.